Hello again, Struckweb. Today I'm bringing you the first monthly Struck list for 2022, the upcoming games video for January 2022, where I've shortlisted 11 games, or maybe it's good to say 10 plus 1 games, that I believe are worth bringing attention to, and that I personally would like to test, at least the first 10, not the last one which I already tested as a demo. So I would start with 3 games that I think are high profile and deserve more attention than the others, and then after that I will arrange the games in chronological order of release date, starting with the earliest one. So buckle up, I hope you enjoy the video, and let's go. The first game I would like to bring to your attention is Monster Hunter Rise. I played the demo on Steam last night, yesterday, on December 31st. The game comes out it's coming out on the 12th of January 2022, developed and published by CAPCOM Co Ltd. It's already out on Switch, and many of you probably already played it on Nintendo Switch, but it's time for the game to make its way to PC gamers, and you can download the demo on Steam, and approximately in 11 days you can play the game. If you like the demo, you can buy the game. Obviously, I personally really love the demo and I think it's a cool game, but I think multiplayer will be the key to winning some of the tougher fights in this game. But since it's an online co-op game, it's definitely fun. It has all sorts of mechanics. It has a mechanic where you can go on top of a beast and ride it to defeat another beast. And something worth mentioning, let me just quickly find the news for you, is that I think that's actually very important. At release, the Steam version will include the same content as version 3.6.1 of the Nintendo Switch version. And they're also planning to sync the content with the Nintendo Switch version at the end of February 2022. And keep in mind, very importantly, this game does not support cross-play or cross-saves with other platforms. So after we've gotten the important news out of the way, regarding the improvements, there will be 4K resolution on Steam, a lot of optimizations in the graphical options, there's gonna be voice chat, optimized keyboard and mouse controls, and ultra-wide display on PC. In terms of features, there's wirebug actions. Wirebug is something like a rope that you shoot and you can use to move around the place. Wyvern riding, as I mentioned, you can ride certain monsters. You've got buddies with you, which one of them you can mount, the other one just fights, but the mount you can fight on top of, or it can fight while you're not mounted on it. There's plenty of monsters, there's plenty of weapons and armor, a lot of classes. There is a village, there's a lot of zones, and in general there's a lot of pickups around the map to boost you before fighting the monsters. The monsters are constantly moving, and I think it's a very cool Monster Hunter game. The second game I'd like to bring to your attention as a high profile title is God of War, the 2018 title. 4 years after the release, roughly 4 years after its release on PlayStation 4, is making its way on Steam with some improvements. So on January 14, 2022, developed by Santa Monica Studio, published by PlayStation PC LLC, God of War, the game that shook the franchise. God of War was already a famous franchise, but the game from 2018, a lot of people were amazed by the way they decided to turn the story to the Nordic mythology. It was fantastically executed, apparently, and the thing is, since I don't have a PlayStation, I've never played the game, and maybe that will be a good motivation for me to play that God of War game before the Ragnarok one comes out. I think it's worth playing. I think it's back in the day when it came out, I'm not sure how many rewards it won, but it must have been a lot. If it didn't, then it should have, because from the looks of the gameplay footage, I've watched other people play the game a lot throughout the years. It looks like a game worth getting. Whether it's full price or not, it's up to you how to buy it, but even for the full price, I think it would be worth it, the $50 price tag. Next we have a game that has been slipping under my radar for months until someone recommended the game to me a few days ago. The game does not have a fixed release date. and it probably shouldn't be in this video, but I really wanted to bring attention to it. I'll make a separate video just for this game. This is UNDECEMBER by Needs Games as a developer, publisher, Line Games. Whether Line Games is connected to another Line, Webtoon, etc., maybe, because I doubt a Korean company would be able to get the Line name for their gaming studio without having another as their parent company. This game is, let's say, Diablo Immortal meets Wosen, a game that's gonna release for Android as well as for Steam. And there's something called FALOUTI, which I think is a Korean platform for Android games. I'm not sure what FALOUTI is, but it's also releasing there. So yeah, this has the potential of Wosen, and hopefully it doesn't waste it like Wosen. It looks smooth in terms of animations, in terms of skills and monsters and everything, like special effects, like combat fluidity and combat speed. It's fast-paced, it seems fun, it seems good, as long as they don't ruin it with some pay-to-win bullshit that's non-cosmetic, which there's 99.99% chance that this game will get ruined by the free-to-play pay-to-win bullshit. We'll see. I really am excited about this game personally, and I really would like to play it. So it's gonna release sometime between now and the end of March. So we've got 3 months. Hopefully they give us some close beta testing or something like that. So UNDECEMBER on my wish list, maybe you should add it on yours as well. Now we're moving to the part where we go in chronological order of release date. Skeletal Skism releases on the 4th of January 2022, developed by Master Bronze Elite, published by MBE Games. The tags on Steam are RTS, PvP, strategy RPG, strategy and multiplayer. So there's over 50 unique items, and it's PvP real-time tactics game. Buy items to grow stronger, win by out-itemizing your opponents and destroying their throne. So you need to be overgeared to win, I guess. Counter your opponent's build and exploit their weakness. So you have to pay attention to what the strengths and weaknesses of your opponent are and to build to counter them. Adapt mid-battle by changing your build whenever you desire. Endless playstyles and possibilities. It seems like it might be fun. I hope there is not just PvP but also PvE, but I think that's how it is. It pits one skeletal guy with his minion skeletons against another skeletal guy with their minions, something like that. It's side-scroller, but it seems interesting, so I thought it would be good to include it in this list. Next we have another 2D art style game this one is gonna be free to play, called Floor 100. Developed by Wishy, published by Floor 100, the release date 4th of January 2022. It's a free to play top-down 2D multiplayer online RPG with many common MMO features and a competitive tower with 100 floors of epic bosses. I like the speed of the movement and combat. Most top-down 2D multiplayer online games have very sluggish, slowpoke kind of playstyle. This seems to be fast-paced. I hope the trailer shows the actual in-game speed and it's not artificially sped up. I'm showing you in the speed it is shown to me, so hopefully it's good. Team up to optimize your chances and reap the rewards of being the strongest, richest, fastest and best looking champion. Meet new friends, buy and decorate houses, grow crops or livestock, gather and craft, adventure through the many worlds and much more. For 100, I might be interested in playing this game if I have the chance to, since it's free to play. It's all about scheduling, and in 3 days we will know. Next we have a game called Alder Forge. Releases on the 7th of January 2022, developed and published by a single person called Zine or FALOUTI. I'm not sure if that's exclamation or I, but let's say Zine FALOUTI. So play as the 5 members of the 4th Squadron and battle your foes using the game adaptive turn-based combat system. Shape your own path in a story-driven game with a handcrafted world and unique characters. The early access starts, as I mentioned, on the 7th of January, so expect the game to be a little buggy, maybe very buggy, but in terms of features, adaptive turn-based RPG and an easy-to-use combat system, which looks very fun to me. Story-driven adventure through the eyes of the 5 members of your party, a cast of characters with their own stories and a unique world handcrafted and built for your enjoyment, an easy-to-use camp menu and crafting system with equipment, party and skills management, special skills for each player class, unlocked by either by solving mysteries, finding new anima stones, or just leveling up. Plant harvesting and alchemy craft made simple to help easily acquire usability drinks, I guess they meant consumables, during or out of battle. Fight, explore and walk the path of heroes in the world of Alder Forge. So yeah, it seems fun. The 5 characters are Adriel, Mirabelle, Cassandra, Leo and Fiona. So maybe it's gonna be a fun game for many of you out there. I wouldn't mind testing it if I am given the chance. Since budgets are tight, I probably won't be buying it, but we'll see how this goes. Maybe you might want to follow it and keep it on your wish list. Next we have a game called LiBER or LiBER, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Capital L, lowercase I and capital BER. So let's call it LiBER. We all dreamed of adventures full of mysteries and mysticism, dreamed of finding ourselves in unusual situations and emerging from them as a hero. LiBER is an adventure about travel in time, the search for truth and oneself, about friendships and re-evaluation of values. Developed by Ocon Games and published by the same one, I think it's a single person game again, and releases on the 11th of January 2022. In terms of features, unique monk game setting of the Hitman. Lots of ways to interact with the world, deep plot and core for characters, integrated combat system, hand-to-hand combat, fencing, shooting, variability in the passage of sections of the game, large locations, different in visual and mechanics, high quality and detailed pictures created with Unreal Engine 4. It looks like a Tomb Raider meets some sort of Wild West shooter, but it's not Wild West, at least not really. But yeah, it's a very interesting game, independently developed by Ocon Games, a Russian studio. So maybe it's not a single developer, maybe it's just a Russian studio, that's an indie one. So yeah, maybe some of you would like it, that's why I included it in this list. Next we have something called Shadow Watcher, developed and published by Zheng Chen, releases on the 14th of January 2022. Steam says this game is an RPG action type game with female protagonists. Use all kinds of active and passive skills, assassination, backstabbing, rebound, counterattack, pursuit, combat, combo and active skills to show their skills, I'm reading verbatim, in the face of a variety of enemies in bloody confrontation. So third person action RPG, which seems cool. I like the animations, the visuals, the combat seems like it will be interesting to do. It's a single player game, so no co-op. I wonder how the skill system really will work and how rewarding and how fun and detailed and in-depth the itemization will be. Again, I'm not sure if I'll be able to play the game, but I'm gonna follow it, keep it on my wish list, and if the price is right and my budget allows it, I might test it. Although it seems like the game would be the type of game you probably play once and then don't return until there's a big massive DLC expansion. So Shadow Watcher, you might want to keep it on your wish list, it's up to you. Next we have a game called Death No Head. It's a third-person action-adventure story-rich game about a dead man who is on a mission of searching for his head. Uncover the mystery of the absent. Developed and published by BT Studios, release date the 20th of January 2022. Key features: experience Deadman's intense story from a headless deadman to a hardened survivor. An all-new third-person experience. Explore mysterious caves and jungle environments filled with environmental puzzles, visceral combat, and abilities to learn. Fight to live. Gain experience and upgrade Norix's weapons and abilities to survive the environment's hostile inhabitants. Abilities. Learn unique abilities to help Norix find his head. The developer says that he's a sole developer and tried his best to provide us with a good game and a smiley face. Original soundtrack of Dead No Head is composed by Hardehata. So yeah, for a single developer game, this looks impressive. You might want to check the Twitter and YouTube of BT Studios. And if you're interested in the game, follow, add to your wishlist, and yeah, the usual stuff. Next, we have one more game that is coming as early access title on January the 27th, 2022. That's Deflector, developed by Arrowfist Games and published by Super.com. It looks super interesting, an indie hack and slash roguelite that also is stacked with the difficult tag. I certainly hope it's not unreasonably difficult, because the game looks fun. The skills or passive system seems to be fun. What I'm seeing in the trailers have piqued my interest, and I'm very excited, and I would love to test this game. I like the map, the world map, how you move between one zone and the next, and how it's typical for those roguelikes to just decide your path. Do you go up, down, or in the middle, and based on what follows next, what's gonna happen. In terms of features, you can involve your DNA. It's kind of like bullet hell. So yeah, it would be all about how you place yourself, how you position yourself when you deflect, and when you are unable to deflect and stuff like that. You have a bunch of specimens to choose from. I think it was 4 or 5. Each of them offers unique playstyle, so there will be a lot of replayability. So I hope they don't make it too grindy, because if it's too grindy, people might wanna quit early before even seeing the core of the game. Giant problems in a small world. Evolve as a player, because the fringes will put your skills to the test with some massive challenges. Deflect, die, evolve, repeat. That's their motto, their mantra of this game. You might want to check the official website, because there's a lot of information. Playdeflector.com. Over there, there's some cool stuff you can check. There's images of the specimens and stuff like that. So Deflector, I'm very excited about it, and if you are, again, the usual, you might want to follow it and wishlist the game on Steam. And for the final game, there's something I played yesterday on the 31st of December for a bit, very, very small bit, because the controls were atrociously bad. It's a fun game as an execution. It's not that good, but as a game, it's got good ideas. PvP, PvE, jets, flight, combat racing. Extreme Aces Racing, coming out on the 13th of January 2022, developed and published by Under Control Games. What I couldn't get past is the controls. I could only use the arrow keys on my keyboard, up, down, left, right. Then also the video options, the resolution options were super limited. They actually weren't there, it was more like a mobile games. Resolution options, but there is a demo, you might want to try it. What I would like for the developers to do is allow me to steer my vehicle with the mouse. If I move the mouse up, the vehicle's nose should tilt up. If I move it left, the vehicle's nose should tilt to the left, and so on. Right now you can steer only with left and right arrows, and the arrow up and down are actually inversed. And you can just go up by pressing down and go down by pressing up, and it's not convenient to control a game like this, where it will be all about speed with just the arrows and not allow you to steer with the mouse. Also, WSAD should be a thing. I should be able to go WSAD as well as the mouse should be steering the nose. Hopefully they reconsider this and add such a mechanic, because the game has potential to be fun. They've added story mode, split screen, new locations over the last few weeks with their updates. They've added control improvements, which I didn't see in the demo. Maybe they are not in the demo, but it says that this was a demo version update, so I'm not sure why that was the case. I mean, the biggest problem with this game is not being able to steer with the mouse. If they look at a game like Corvus, Chorus is the game. Chorus. Chorus was very fun to control. You had a spaceship, you could control it in so many ways, and the mouse played a big part of moving that ship in Chorus. So if they do something like that, it will be nice. Or they could look at Century, the PvP Dragons game. The flying there again, the mouse plays a big part. So if other games can do it, they can do it as well. They just didn't. They probably chose not to do it because whatever reasons they had there. So please, developers, reconsider allowing the mouse to play a big part of the controls and make the game more fun, let's say. Otherwise, I wouldn't have quit in the first few minutes of the demo without even finishing a single mission. So that was the last game, and again, I'm placing it here because I know there is a potential in the game, and it's just a matter of quality of life in terms of controls to make this game fun, as well as a matter of including resolution options and windowed mode. If you would like to get notified when I upload more videos like this one or other build videos, news videos, and in general information about upcoming Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the bell button to not miss out notifications, and optionally you can even be a member, which is a monthly recurring payment that can be cancelled at any time and allows you access to exclusive emotes and badges made by me. So another optional thing is for members, they can ask me for tutorials for Adobe Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects, but again, you have to contact me on Discord for this. Keep it cool, Struck Club. Thanks for watching until the end, and until next time, goodbye.